Now, let's have a chat with my aforementioned guest this evening, Alex Storey, Olympian and former Conservative Party candidate. Good evening, Alex.
How are you?
I am well. I know I covered a lot of topics there, but I do wonder, is America, the United States of America, that you and I grew up being told were the good guys, are they becoming, well, at the very least, some kind of international laughingstock?
Well, I think that's the right conclusion to take. The point I would make is that if you choose a leader like Joe Biden, you cannot expect people to take you that seriously. He is a representation, as you said, of a decaying West, or at least a moral decrepitude. There is nothing about the character that's good. If you go back into his past, you mentioned jail for him, and I suspect a lot of people in the US, if they knew the truth about him, or if they dug a little bit deeper, they would agree with you that that's probably where he should end up if he doesn't die beforehand. But what I've come to think about since over the last few years is thinking about America as one of the bad actors in the world, whereas I'd never thought that. When I was a child in the 80s, America was on the good side of the argument, and probably you and I would have watched Rambo, 1 and 2, and perhaps not 3 because it wasn't such a great film, but although I did watch it, but then the week later the wall came down, so it was no longer quite so relevant. But the Noam Chomsky view of the world was something that I rejected absolutely, because I couldn't contemplate the West being that bad. And actually, over the course of time, over the last few years, I've started to think, hang on, we have been the bad actors, the West, led by America, not by the American people. I'm not I'm not accusing the American people of doing bad things. I'm accusing the administration, if not the elected representatives of America, of being the bad actors. But it's been amazing to see this shift.
I listen. I'm not proposing or suggesting for 1 minute that there are any good guys. I'm not on anyone's side when it comes to geopolitics. I just observe, and I wonder at this perpetuation, which seems utterly naive to me now, of our side as the goodies.
Yeah.
Since 1980, I made a note. The US has bombed or invaded, well, Iran, Lebanon, Grenada, Libya, Panama, Iraq, Somalia, Sudan, Afghanistan, Yugoslavia, Yemen, Somalia, and Niger.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned Somalia twice. However, and yet, at the same time, is held up as just an unquestionable force.
But that's the point. I think the only thing that you can be in geopolitical affairs is be an observer, because there's not much that you and I can shift or change. And I think the really interesting thing about having good and interesting discussions with good people is that you can make objective observations. It's one of the reasons why I'm quite ambivalent on the war in Ukraine, because I was very aware in '99 that we were doing something that was fundamentally wrong. The bombing of Serbia, remember, really shook me to my core, because I thought, my God, we're bombing a European city for the state's right to stay united, because of course the idea was that Kosovo, the fight was whether Kosovo would go independent towards Albania or whether it was going to remain part of Serbia, which it had been for centuries. That was a big shock for me. But actually, then you start to think about Kosovo in 1999, then you think about the invasion of Iraq, 2003, the 5-day war in Georgia in 2008, the bombing of Libya, the 2014 coup, essentially. And then you think, my God, it's not surprising that by doing all of this, Putin on the other side is going, these guys are completely unhinged.
Exactly.